But yeah, I guess that's how you beat one of the best decks with only $100. Less than $100. Making a competitive Yu-Gi-Oh deck is hard. Making a competitive Yu-Gi-Oh deck on a budget, harder. Making a competitive Yu-Gi-Oh budget deck with a budget of $100? Impossible! In this video, we're gonna be doing just that. Giving you guys a, what are we doing?
How to build a deck under.
No, what deck are we doing? Which one? How? That's not even possible. Savage is 80, it's how? In this video, we're gonna be doing a competitive tier Crusadia deck profile in under 100. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna finagle this one, but let's get on into it. Okay guys, so we're gonna be doing this just slightly different than how we have done our other under 100 decks. We're actually going to be building the deck as fast as possible so I can get you guys in some live games. Of course, we always are going to be using TCGPLAYER, so if you guys want to hook the channel up, then go ahead and use my link down below in the description and comment section. It really helps me out as a content creator. I mean, like, seriously. I had to close all my Pornhub tabs for you guys. Okay, since I've already done this video 5 times over and re-recorded, I'm going to skip the parts that have caused me the biggest hiccups and then just jump right into it. The Crusadia strategy is going to be built under $100, and our specific goal is, if we go second, we want to OTK the opponent, of course, all the time. But that leaves us a really big hole in if we want to go first, saying that the more expensive options are either A, make a big dragon board, or B, just simply lock them out of the extra deck. Now, this strategy isn't tried and true against every strategy. Some strategies don't go through the extra deck, but hey, we're building a competitive deck for under $100. We're gonna have to have some weaknesses somewhere. So looking over the budget portions of this Crusadia deck, ignore the subtotal because the estimated shipping is as much as the subtotal right now, so of course I'm going to optimize that cart. We're gonna be playing 3 of every Crusadia monster, and then we're gonna double up on Equimax in this particular build because we know that this is an OTK type deck. That means 3 copies of Leonis, Draco, Arborea, Reclusia, and Maximus, and then we're gonna run Testament, Revival, and then the Crusadia Crawler. On top of that, we're going to run the links in Regulix, Magus, Spatha, and of course Equimax. We can't afford Avermax, that card is way too expensive, but now we're gonna add some more cards to it. The reason why I want to add a rocket engine in this particular deck is because while we won't be able to make Borreload Savage Dragon, we're actually still able to use the dragon monsters as an extender. Our quick launch being an emergency teleport for the strategy, you'd be kind of foolish to still give that up in any particular deck. We only need 2 copies of Rocket Tracer, and we're going to need a Silver Rocket Dragon, of course. That's going to be the main card that we're going to special summon off Rocket Tracer should we happen to use its effect. Of course, your copies of Quick Launch. Why would we play Emergency Teleport without playing Emergency Teleport? And a Boot Sector Launch 2 match. We have quite a few suitors for Boot Sector Launch. I'm gonna go ahead and pick one up. It allows us, when we go second, to serve as a form of extension. Next, we're gonna have to bite the bullet and buy some expensive Link monsters. Fortunately, it's still going to be able to fit our budget in Striker Dragon. That's fairly expensive. We're just gonna go ahead and pick it up. It's $15 for a Striker Dragon. We're also going to need a Crystron Hulk. Hulk's price point sitting at about $25, even though it isn't really competitive, which is kind of weird. We're going to need an Artifact Dagda to match. Artifact Dagda sits at a low dollar. We're gonna pick that up. I think that's actually one of the more busted cards in the Dual Overload set. World Legacy's World Crown are gonna be a perfect cheap extender. We're gonna throw that into the cart. And now that I think about it, we are going to need some other extenders. The first card that comes on top of my mind is not only Ranryu, 2 more copies of Ranryu to my cart. We are also going to need a monster from the Eternity Code set. Fret not, as expensive as this card looks, you guys can always just wait till the set release. It'll be a lot cheap. Parallel Exceed is at an expensive $1.84 for a common. I don't think that price will stay for long, but we're gonna go ahead and pick up 2 copies because obviously we're going to be playing it in the video. And right now we're at $55 with a good portion of the deck already complete. To be honest, a huge portion of that is dedicated to Crystron Hulk, and another part being dedicated to Striker Dragon. Those 2 alone are $40 by themselves, so we're doing really good right now. Now, the good thing about this particular deck is that it is an amazing Link deck But we also play quite the few level 4 monsters, so cards like Abyss Dweller go perfect for the deck. Then there's also cards like Tornado Dragon, another great option for the strategy. I'm going to need an Artifact Scythe, so let's go ahead and give that before I completely forget it. We're gonna pick up that 1 copy of Artifact Scythe, and if we wanted to get a good side deck, cards like Artifact Lancia are a must-have because you can always switch out that Scythe for that Lancia against a deck that doesn't necessarily need to play through its extra deck but needs to banish, or if it's a deck that needs both, that would be an awesome sideboard option and a cheap alternative. So I am going to need to be able to break my opponent's board without expensive means. Cards like Infinite Impermanence sit at about $20, and while we could afford one, I do have a decent alternative in Forbidden Chalice. Now, of course, if you guys are playing in a back row heavy meta, cards like Twin Twisters or Cosmic Cyclone would be amazing, but in this particular deck, I'm going to be playing against, I know I'm going to play against a few strategies that are going to want to set up monster negates, and I'm going to have to be able to get rid of their cards without getting rid of them because I want them in attack position. So 3 Forbidden Chalice is going to be a must-have for this particular strategy. And how could I forget about TG Wonder Magician, T.G. Wonder Magician? Who could forget? If I wouldn't play this card inside of my main board, yeah, we'd be in some pretty big trouble. We'd just be summoning Hulk to our side of the field for no reason. A monster that we could summon off of the effect of Rocket Tracer, forbid that we have to use it, but if we do, it's free. We can summon Scarlight Red Dragon Archfiend. While Scarlight Red might not have as devastating as an effect of Warlord Savage, it actually has devastating effect, kind of like Warlord Savage. It can destroy all of our opponent's cards on the side of the field. So while it's not a good opener card, it's a great follow-up card to breaking your opponent's boards if you know you can't OTK, or if their board's just a little too powerful. Looking at our card, I think we did really well. Our subtotal is gonna be $71, but again, we're only gonna focus on the items here. I actually have a pretty good deck. Let's look at the monsters. So we have 2 Rocket Tracer, we have 5 monsters with Crusadia Maximus, we have 8 with Reclusia, we also have 10 with Parallel Exceed, 11 with Silver Rocket, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18 with our rest of our Crusadia cards in Iran Ryu, 20 with World Legacy Road Crown, 21 with Crusadia Leonis, and 22 with Artifact Scythe. So I'm actually going to need to play some kaijus in this thing. Again, anytime we give our opponent a kaiju, it is good for us because we can give them a huge kaiju and use it to our advantage. I'm gonna go ahead and get a common copy of Dogoran the Mad Flame Kaiju. I know these are pretty cheap. And then I'm gonna get 2 copies of Thunder King, the Lightning Strike Kaiju. It's a little bit more, but we're gonna get 2 copies from Wasteland Gaming. Obviously, that optimization card will be our best friend. I'm gonna follow up with Reinforcement of the Army, getting a free Crusadia monster from my deck to my hand, Arborea, which is going to be really important. I'm just gonna go ahead and pick it up from him, and then again, we'll always optimize that card. And the last card that comes to my head is Black Garden. Now, there is a better combo that we probably could play since we have the budget. Do we have actually the budget to be able to play the Black Garden combo in this deck? $60. It depends on what Link Cross is, because Garden Rose is $10. So let me just put in Link Cross. We don't have enough. I thought Link Cross was $20. It skyrocketed to $40 whole to be able to play this. If it were $20, 20 plus 30, that would get us at about 99, meaning that we would be able to play this card, but unfortunately, we're gonna have to stick to the normal old Crusadias. I'm gonna add some finishing touches and we'll hop on to EDO Pro, whatever the new one is, and I'll show you the build. Okay guys, so we're at $87 before we optimize our card. I think we're doing a really good job. Let me go ahead and control print screen, because of course that's going to be a part of the thumbnail if the optimization somehow is higher. Okay, so for some reason, it got more expensive. This is kind of weird because again, we're paying a ton in shipping, but we're actually able to get the entire thing for under $100. We're still at $87 and we have $13 to spare for you guys to be able to, I don't know, buy stuff. I mean, you can get chips and candy, or I have no idea. You probably can become a Patreon with, actually you can become a Patreon with that much. Okay guys, so the moment that everyone has been waiting for, we're actually going to play test with the Crusadia strategy in a live duel. I'm gonna actually go ahead and go first. We're gonna hope to get our combo, which we have. We'll be able to full combo and prevent our opponent from playing Yu-Gi-Oh! So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with normal summoning Crusadia Maximus. That is a weird sound effect. That is hella cute. And provided that he doesn't have any hand traps, maybe I should have bought Cold by the Graves. We're gonna go ahead and be able to prevent him from playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Using the Magius for a link into our Crusadia Maximus. We're next going to follow up with the summon of our Arborea, triggering the effect of our Magius to add a monster from our deck to our hand. We'll add the Crusadia Draco. Normally you want to add Draco. I already have Draco, so I didn't need to add Draco, but it doesn't matter. We're going to use those two monsters for the special summon of Christian Hulk. Actually really like this program. This is pretty nice. Using the effect of Hulk to be able to special summon a monster from our decks to our side of the field. Now, here is where it is my problem. I can still make up for this. I'll special summon Crusadia Draco to my side of the field. Use the effect of Draco. We'll add Crusadia Maximus from our graveyard to our hand. And we'll be able to play through this interruption. But I should have gotten a different Crusadia monster other than Draco to allow it to continue to stint forward. So I'm gonna go ahead and make the artifact Dagda, and that is going to be the end of my turn. I haven't played in one of these things in forever, so I'm gonna hope that holding A is going to be like, you know, after he makes an action, I can do the whole thing to prevent him from special summoning from the extra deck, and then potentially he activates, crap, we're playing against Egglich. So he's gonna get Big Daddy Egglich to his side of the field in defense position. It looks like he's gonna activate a tuning. What monster? He's gonna add a Jet Synchron? Okay, we'll go after his summon interaction. I'm pretty sure he can't just use Egglich for a summon. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go. No, what do you? No, I want to do something. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Ooh. Almost got me there. So we'll chain the artifact Dagda to that to set the scythe. And we'll special summon the TG Wonder Magician. I wish I actually knew how to play against this deck. This actually might have been a little bit more productive. And we'll trigger the Scythe effect to summon to the side of the field. And that should prevent him from going into the extra deck for the rest of his turn. So he's going to follow up with some face down cards. Using the effect of his Conquisitor of the Golden Lord to set a special summon a zombie monster from your deck, but if you control no arrows. Okay, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. This deck is kind of cool. I probably should have definitely thought more of it. So next we are going to special summon, we can go straight into an Equimax. We can also go into an Unchained Abomination and a Borolo Dragon with all of our monsters on the side of the field for free. And then we'll be able to get a recovery piece. You know what? I think we can go for, I want to say we can go for game. We'll use those two monsters. No, that's it. Just you two for the Equimax. Again, I have no idea what his cards does, so if he has something for me, I guess he has something for me. But I'm going to go ahead and try to push for Deadly. What does this one do? It special summons a normal monster. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Set one Egglich spell or trap card from your deck. No. I don't care. Why didn't I point it to the Jet Synchron? I feel bad at this game. Come on, move your Golden Lord to where they're supposed to be. Oh, I think I can actually fix this. So if I special summon the Draco, add a monster, normal summon, make Spatha, I can move it over. Yeah, that'll work. So depending on what he has, we might just be able to go for game right here. Oh wait, my monster's not pointing to anything. Wait, have I normal summoned? I have not normal summoned. Special summon this card as a normal monster. You can banish this card from your graveyard, set one elixir. That doesn't seem to do anything, I don't care. I mean, okay. Oh, it banishes. Maybe I should have paid attention. So we can inflict quite the bit of damage. He doesn't have his monsters in attack. That Maximus was a card that we needed, and I should have paid attention to the card. That would have actually got us game. Oh, you can banish one card in the graveyard. Yeah, we should have used the Maximus to tribute the Draco, and then from there we could have gained the ability. Okay, so my fault. Anyways, we still can go into the Spatha. We can go into the Abomination. We can go into Striker Dragon. We'll go into Striker Dragon. Striker Dragon effect. I'll get Boot Sector Launch. Boot Sector Launch. Activate Boot Sector Launch. I still think we can one piece our opponent. That's 500 attack, 1000 attack. Oh, whoa. So what we have done anyways, we would have used the Rocket Tracer, the Silver Rocket, and the Striker Dragon into another Equimax, and then we just would have crashed into the Jet Synchron. But yeah, I guess that's how you beat one of the best decks with only $100. Less than $100. Yeah, I had no idea what that deck did. I really need to study up on my Edlich. Well, thank you guys so much for watching another segment of the Cali Effect. I really hope you guys enjoyed this duel. If you did, go ahead and give it a like. And if you really did, consider joining our Patreon. We have so many awesome rewards. As always, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, enjoy. I hope you guys are staying safe and having a great day like I am.